Well, there were mistakes made. Hey y'all, APG Jamie here, and I'm happy that you're here too. So I wanted to make these peekaboo tags, all right? It's kind of a crossover inspiration. I saw Margaret at Seven Plaza. She had done a peekaboo, which, is a tag with the window, and it is peekaboo. And then I just thought, well, what is a peekaboo tag? So I looked it up here on YouTube, and that's when I found Lollapalooza's video. So I just kind of combined them, all right? Now, this here is actually my second try. I even had worked out a prototype, but still. My first ones, I decided that my little card, the envelope, the pocket part was too wide and not long enough. So I recut some more, and that's the ones we're working on now. The next set, it's even more narrow and longer still. So anyway, putting in a thumb notch, because I've decided which is the front and which is the back, and because it's basically a pocket. It's a tag that never comes out of the pocket. That's what it is, y'all. Never let me go tag. That'd be funny right there. Anyway, the first set just had three of the pockets, and then the second one's got four, and the third one's going to have two. So I have 2, 3, 4. I don't know what made me think of that, but it was funny in my head. And this is basically the only time you're going to get to see me inking, because I'm pretty sure we all have seen it. Okay. Now these are the tags that are going on the inside. They are a scrapbook paper weight, so they're not as thin as copy paper and not quite as thick as cardstock. So doubling it up, but I want it to fold over because we're going to put some other stuff in between there before we glue it. So now I'm gluing up my little pockets, and I know I have a gusset on the side, but I do not have one on the bottom because I want it to be tight at the bottom, okay? And a little space up at the top. That's why I did it that way. And I'm snipping off the little corners of my fold over piece because it just helps ease in where the two papers meet a little bit, in my opinion, okay? And we're using art glitter glue when I haven't lost my small bottle on my desk or rolled it off onto the floor even. So, my little small bottle contains Aleene's Original Tacky Glue. Favorite. So I realized I didn't want the inside white, so I found some, dyed music paper. And this one I got before I glued the whole pocket closed, so I can just lay it in there. And the other ones I slid the music paper in there. Now we're not going to glue the whole thing closed, just the one side. We're leaving the top and the bottom open, okay, for the time being. And I like the little windows. They're not necessarily a perfect oval. Well, it's a perfect oval. It's just not necessarily straight, okay? Because, numbers are only important for decorative purposes. And here comes one of those purposes now. We're going to use the heat gun, okay? And we're going to do some heat embossing on vellum, because I thought, wouldn't it be fun to have a vellum window? So, mistake. Okay. What, mistake number 3 or 4? I don't know. We made several. I made several. But in the end, were they really? Because it still works out. Okay? Okay. So I already said it, heat embossing. And some motivational type words, because I liked it. Okay, because I thought I was being brave by trying this, and I thought I was being bold, and all that makes you worthy. No, you make you worthy. So anyway, I've cut a frame, die cut a frame, and that's going, our vellum is glued to that, and we will glue that onto the outside of our pocket at some point. Oh, we're off to the tags again. And we're going to, and that original picture of the stuff I was going to use, I lied. I did not use the Bo Bunny mushroom stamps. I wasn't happy with the way it looked on the paper because I didn't want dark. Anyway, So we're just taking some of these die cut mushrooms. I believe they're from Lucid Lizard. I'll put a link to her Etsy below. I'm not an affiliate, but I like her mushrooms. Okay. So now this is what's going to make it peekabooable. It is the clear elastic. It's in the Sewing Notions section of all fine department stores everywhere. No, I don't know where it is. It's in the Sewing Notions. It's y'all have seen them on tops that have super sketty strings or something. Anyway, off the shoulder tops, dresses. Yeah, that's what it is. It's pretty elasticy too. And that's what we're going to glue between our tag. You know, we've got, it's single-sided paper, but we've folded it on the fold, and now it's going to fold over on it. So that's where our elastic's going. I made it basically the size of my pocket, and I do this for all 4 of these pieces. Well, actually, I'll do it for a couple more later on. Almost the same, y'all. Slight variance. Anyway, I'm just gluing the elastic on the one side. Most of this video is slightly sped up. I mean, like barely. Yeah, it's almost real time, and other parts are in hyperspeed because, you know, it's hard not to hyper speed. And that is the fabric glue, and it didn't really react with the clear elastic because it's kind of rubber, but it's kind of plastic. It's hard to describe. I'm sure the package says. Anyway, the glue softened it slightly, but it didn't come apart, and even now it's pretty boingy, but that means elasticy. So now we are gluing this side. I did center the elastic pretty much, you know, down the middle. I like all that extra grabbing space. You probably don't really need to use that much, but, you know, I did. And now I've cut some clears kind of ribbon. It's not clear. Anyway, it's translucent kind of ribbon. And we're just going to put it through the little hole that I punched. I punched it in a tiny hole. I don't know if it's tiny. It's probably about 1/8 of an inch. Anyway, putting the ribbon in there, taking the loose ends back through the loop. So it's very removable. In case you wanted to random comment. Oh yeah, it could happen. And so this is what's going to be booing out of our tags is some Tim Holtz paper dolls. You know I love them. And we're just going to glue their tops of their little heads on there. And it's okay, y'all. It'll be okay. You'll see. They're going to lose their bottom half. Well, some of them are. Yeah, it happens. Save those bottom halves and feet. You can do something with them. So here I am. It's time to actually put the tag into the pocket. Everything is mostly, it's all dry, you know. You just don't necessarily see all the time. So now we're going to use the Fabrifix. And I'm putting it on the stretch elastic, the clear elastic only. I'm not putting it all over the place, just on that piece. Because I just want that little end secured on that one side for right now. Just for right now. We will glue the rest of it, but just for right now. So here we are going to try this one on in here. because I've got a little bit of space between where the lady pops up in the bottom of the tag. I've left a little extra room so the tag, you have to kind of slide it down in there. Okay? Can't slide it all the way, but you can slide some of the way. And again, we're going to put the Fabrifix just on the one spot on the back. Well, it doesn't matter if it's back front because you can't see it's on the inside. Just on the little elastic there. And I'm going to go through and try these on and fit them up. And some later on, which you don't see, I come back and trimmed the bottom of the ladies again. Okay. Now this is all on day one. This was a 2-day project. Well, not really two days. It was an afternoon, but I rolled it over to the next day. Well, somebody had to fix the spaghetti. Okay, now we're going to glue the whole thing because I'm pretty sure that's where I want my ladies. Because, once you glue this shut, actually, once you glue your elastic in there like that, it's there. You're committed. So, now you can see where I'm just gently pulling it apart. See, I didn't glue the whole thing in case you need to trim your little elastic or whatever. Now we're going to glue the whole bottom closed. But please notice I didn't go way up inside, just kind of down at the bottom, right there, And I decided I did not like the vellum in the windows because you couldn't see anything. I mean, if there was a single bold image, it would be okay. Or bright colors, it would be okay. But you couldn't see, and the whole point is peekaboo tag is so you could see, you can see either coming out the top or popping up in a little window. Okay? So now we're going to decorate just a little bit. Just using Fabrifix again because I have some of that Dollar Tree crochet ribbon. I like that stuff, y'all. It's off-white, aka ecru. Do they still call it that? Probably not. Anyway, it will wrap around because technically these should remain as loose pocket tags, okay? Because you have to hold on to the bottom of the tag to be able to pop it up, which you'll see shortly, in another 24 hours, whatever. No, it'll be in this video. It'll be coming up in a little bit. So we're using some Dollar Tree butterflies. They have these. They used to have these die cut butterflies. There's a lot of them in the package. Anyway, they don't have an antenna on them, but that's okay because I like black thread for their antenna. Actually, it doesn't have to be black. You can make it gold or silver or purple or green or whatever kind of antenna you want on your butterflies. So we're going to glue these on there. Like I said, I didn't like the windows, so I cut out the vellum, okay? It wasn't easy. You didn't need to see it. I just worked through it, okay? Because this is the next day. And gluing this, making the antennas the same length. See, that's my Aleene's Original Tacky Glue. And I stamped out a little sentiment, being how it no longer has words on it, because remember we had the words across the vellum window, but not anymore. And gonna fold that one over so we can glue the back side of our ribbon on there, or trim. I don't know, ribbon trim. I guess they're the same thing, aren't they? All right. Sometimes it seems painfully slow. But it's not even been 15 minutes. What are y'all worried about the time for? I really like this trim on there. Makes them look cute. I don't do real cutesy stuff very often. Do I? Maybe I do. I don't know. So, I'm telling you, That's the dog, if y'all can hear that. If you can't hear it, don't worry about it. You're not missing out on anything. All right, gonna put that glue away. That's a silicone makeup brush, and I like to use it so I can smash that stuff down. Here's my little sentiment. I'm like, where do I want it? And see, I really wanted them taller. I really did. I wanted them taller and narrow. So if it was something else, I thought, well, we'll just make another set. And I was down to just one piece of paper, you know, it's a scrapbook paper, which it's listed in the ingredients in the description below if I haven't mentioned that yet. And because I've made a taller one, more narrow one, I've made a different frame. It's a little thicker than the other one. And I'm going to put some acetate on there. That's from packaging, you know, the flimsy acetate packaging, clear plastic, when you buy new stamps or stencils or something. Yeah, that stuff. And just going to put that on back of the frame. And then I'm going to trim around it because it's an excess amount there. Because I had it cut kind of in a square and I laid it on there in a diamond shape so I'd get better coverage. And now I'm just trimming around the acetate, being extra careful. Extra careful, I said, not to miscut the frame. Okay? Okay. And now see that the pocket thing's going to go together the same way. I think I'm going to glue the frame windows, because now they're windows on. Now these, in my opinion, you could also take just a regular, you know, another piece of paper and slide it down in there too. And that tag could be removable, which I meant to do and just now thought about again. So I will add a piece of paper in there, a tag, journaling spot, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now we've got our paper dolls again. Now we just have two this time, y'all. And I'm going to glue them straight up on the tag bottom there. You can't see them in the window till you pull them up, you know, because the peekaboo part, you'll see. Well, you probably already know, but you'll see again in a minute. Well, 3 or 4 minutes. Maybe not even that long. Why y'all bugging me about the time all of a sudden? Okay. Trying it on. Yep, that's pretty good. Yep, that's pretty good. Because we got to cut their skirts off. They're coming into modern times with shorter skirts. Okay? And keeping them to the bottom of the tag because I know the tag fits in there. So that's what I'm doing that for. We've not put the elastic, the clear elastic on there yet. Fixing to. Okay? I'd already inked around everything. Did all that again. You don't want to ink, don't ink. And like I said, I'm going to keep the elastic basically the same length as my tag. Basically. Keep putting everything away, being nice and neat about it. Okay, where's the glue? Here we go. Straight down the center. Okay. And because I know it worked really well before, we're going to go ahead and glue all that up. Just checking. Make sure my elastic is sticking out enough. And if it's not, just pull it out just a little bit. Well, you'll have to release it from the glue. You'll kind of have to pick it up off the glue. Yeah. Okay, now we're just going to glue the whole thing shut with the Fabrifix. All right. Squishing it and squishing it. Yep. It's sped up, y'all. It's not hyper, but it's sped up. Not much, not a lot. Okay. There we go. Again, trying to keep it mostly centered in the center of the tag. Centered in the center of the tag. All right. I know y'all stuck with me so far. We're doing really good. We don't have much longer here. Another minute or two, and that'll be that. Squishing it all down. And I do let that set up, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe. Clean it around. Okay. Flip-flop time, y'all. These are the ones you didn't get to see at all because I just went ahead and turned them into little pockets and just put just a card in there. Those vellum words that we had heat embossed, put them on the outside of these little pockets. I did. Okay, here are these 4. They're not horrible. They're not my favorite. They're not horrible. See? You'll pop that. Surprise! Anyway, now you see why you need to hold it so that you can, pick it up because it's on elastic, y'all. And it wasn't really expensive. It was less than $1.50. Well, at the time I bought it anyway, which was a few months ago. So it was in 2023. So that's the 4. Here's the taller one, which is what I wanted the whole time. I wanted a taller one. I added a couple of Tim Holtz snippets, the field notes ones, I think. Look how she comes out. Because it needs a little something on there. Watch. See? There she is. It's so fun. Ta-da! Photo montage. Both worthy and brave. That's what you are. So what does that say? Can't read it yet. Wait. Oh no, it's too gone too far, too fast. I can't read it. My little screen. We've talked about it every time. I don't know what it is. It's a quote by somebody. It is listed in the ingredients below. Still can't read it. Here it is. The way to know life is to love many things. Oh, it's signed. Is that Van Gogh? Really? Van Gogh. Anyway, I'm really happy with these last 2. The other ones are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. But I really like the last 2. Thanks so much for watching. And happy arting, y'all.